It feels like every time I turn around, there's some new tech thing I'm supposed to be an expert on.
Yeah, definitely.
But today we're going to try to break down one that everyone's talking about.
Definitely.
AI. To help us figure this all out, we've got insights from Mo Gawdat.
Right.
And, he's a former Google X executive.
Yeah.
So he's been in the AI world for a long time.
Oh, yeah. He's been living and breathing it for years.
And his take is pretty interesting.
Well, let's just say he doesn't really sugarcoat things.
Yeah.
He compares this whole rise of AI to that story of the frog in boiling water.
Oh, right.
We slowly get used to these changes happening around us.
Right.
But he's saying we might be missing how radically things are already different.
It's already changing so fast.
Exactly.
Yeah, he actually says the world as we know it is already over because of AI.
Kind of dramatic.
Yeah, a little bit, maybe.
But his reasoning is pretty fascinating.
All right, so break it down for us.
So remember when Google taught a computer to recognize cats in those YouTube videos?
Oh, yeah. I think that was like 2009.
Exactly. Ancient history in the tech world, right?
All right.
But his point is that back then it was a huge deal.
Is groundbreaking.
Yeah, totally. But now AI can write code and generate images.
Wow.
It can even hold conversations that are almost impossible to tell from humans.
It's incredible how fast it's all changing.
And it's only getting smarter, like exponentially.
So we're talking way beyond cat videos now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But how does this actually impact, like, a small business?
Right.
Say, a bakery in a small town or like an online clothing store.
This is where it gets really interesting for small businesses.
Okay.
He says, we're basically on the verge of AI being as readily available as electricity is.
Okay.
Like, imagine not needing to understand how electricity works to just flip on a light switch.
Right.
That's what AI is becoming that accessible.
So we don't all need to be programmers to use AI, just like we don't need to be electricians to turn on the lights.
Exactly.
I start to see where he's going with this.
And that means the possibilities are huge, especially for small businesses.
Give me an example.
So think about like a world where you could have an AI assistant handling all those customer service chats.
Yeah.
And then they could also schedule appointments, even personalize those marketing emails.
It's like having a whole team of experts working for you 24/7.
Exactly.
But let's be realistic.
Sure.
I mean, most small businesses are struggling to keep up with Instagram,
Yeah.
let alone mastering AI tools.
Right.
Is this really attainable for them, or is it just for those big tech companies?
That's the thing.
Okay.
Mo says that the barrier to entry is dropping like crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're already seeing a lot of user-friendly AI tools
Okay.
specifically designed for small businesses.
So it's less about coding and more about understanding how to use these new tools to your advantage.
Exactly like learning a new software program.
Right.
And those small businesses that figure this out early are going to have a big advantage.
Because they'll be ahead of the curve.
Yeah, think about it. If you can automate tasks, that frees up so much time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then you can focus on things that really matter, like connecting with customers
Right.
and coming up with those new ideas.
Okay, so maybe this AI thing isn't so far-fetched after all.
Right.
But Mo also talks about some downsides, right?
He does.
I mean, this level of power in the wrong hands, it's a
Yeah.
little unnerving.
It can be, for sure.
Yeah.
He definitely doesn't shy away from those risks.
Yeah. What does he say?
He talks about how there's potential for this massive wealth concentration
Okay.
with just a few powerful people controlling this super intelligent AI.
And what would that look like?
He actually uses the term trillionaire, not even billionaire.
Wow. That's a whole other level.
Yeah.
And wouldn't that make it even harder for small businesses to compete?
That's a really important point.
Yeah.
He says that if we're not careful, we could end up in this world where small businesses are basically squeezed out.
Pushed out of the market.
Yeah, by those big corporations with all these vast AI resources.
So it's not just about learning to use the tools.
Right.
It's about making sure they're used responsibly and ethically so everyone benefits.
Exactly.
Oh.
And this is where his perspective gets even more interesting.
Okay, I'm listening.
He says that even with all this talk about AI,
Yeah.
the real game changer, the thing that will set businesses apart, is actually something very human.
What's that?
It's connection.
So in a world where AI is doing more and more,
Right.
it's the human touch that will become even more valuable.
Exactly.
That's almost counterintuitive.
Think about it this way.
Okay.
If AI can handle all those routine tasks
Right.
and those basic interactions,
Uh-huh.
then those moments where you get to actually connect with the person,
Yeah.
where you feel heard and understood,
Right.
those will become even more special.
It's like when you finally reach an actual human on customer service.
Oh, tell me about it.
After you've been battling a chatbot for an hour,
Yes.
you're just so relieved to talk to a person who can actually help you.
It makes all the difference.
It really does.
And that's what small businesses can really capitalize on.
That genuine human connection.
Exactly.
So what would that look like for a small business?
Well, think about building a community around your brand
Okay.
or creating those experiences that an algorithm just can't replicate.
So like what?
Like maybe a book club at a bookstore.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Or you could even have live music at a coffee shop.
That sense of community, that feeling of belonging.
Right.
That's something AI can't replicate.
Absolutely. And here's the thing.
Yeah.
When you build those genuine relationships with your customers,
Yeah.
they become more than just customers.
Okay.
They actually become advocates for your brand.
Oh, I like that.
They're the ones who will recommend you to their friends and leave positive reviews.
Word of mouth is so powerful.
It really is, and they'll stick with you even when the algorithm is showing them a million other options.
So it's not just about making a sale.
Right.
It's about building loyalty and trust. It's a long-term game.
And it's a game that small businesses are uniquely positioned to win.
How so?
Because you have something that big corporations just don't.
Which is?
You have that ability to connect with your customers on a personal level.
Right, because you know their names, their stories, their preferences.
Right. You're not just this big faceless company.
It's about being human, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in a world that's becoming more and more automated,
Yeah.
that is your superpower.
I love that that's a really empowering thought.
It is.
But let's get real for a second.
Okay.
While we're over here trying to, bake cookies with love and handwrite thank you cards, isn't there a chance that the big guys are using AI to kind of manipulate us?
Right.
Get us to buy things we don't really need?
Sure.
I mean, social media algorithms are already pretty good at that.
They are.
Yeah.
Maury is definitely aware of that concern.
Yeah.
He talks about how AI is already being used to influence our behavior, often in ways we don't even realize.
It's a little creepy.
It can be.
Like, is AI reading my mind and then showing me ads for exactly what I was thinking about?
He doesn't go that far,
Okay.
but he does say that we need to be very cautious.
So how do we protect ourselves?
Right.
I mean, I'm not a tech expert.
Mm-hmm.
I can barely keep up with the latest TikTok trends.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Mo's advice is to be an informed consumer.
Okay.
Do your research understand how AI is being used and just be critical of all the information you're taking in?
Yeah.
Just because something looks real or sounds convincing doesn't mean it's true.
That's good advice in general, not just for AI.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And as a small business owner, it's even more important to be transparent and ethical in how you use AI.
So like being upfront about how you're using AI, what data you're collecting, that kind of thing.
Exactly. It builds trust with your customers.
Right.
And it sets you apart from those companies that are trying to manipulate or exploit people
Yeah.
with their AI.
It's like saying, hey, we're using this cool new technology, but we're doing it responsibly. And your best interests are always our top priority.
It's a powerful message.
Yeah.
And it's something that customers will really value.
Especially as AI becomes more common.
Exactly.
Like, I'm starting to get this.
Yeah.
So it's not about rejecting AI.
Right.
It's about using it thoughtfully and ethically.
Exactly.
Okay.
And remembering that at the end of the day, business is about people.
It's about connecting with people,
Yeah.
building relationships,
Yeah.
and creating something that adds value to their lives.
And that's something that no amount of AI can ever replace.
I love that.
Right.
This is really making me rethink my whole approach to my business.
That's great to hear.
But with all these possibilities and challenges,
Yeah.
where do we even begin?
Yeah.
How can small business owners actually start putting these ideas into practice?
Well, Mo says, he says the first step is to just dive in and start learning.
Okay.
Don't be intimidated by the tech.
It can seem pretty overwhelming.
It can, but think of it like learning any new skill. You start with the basics and you build from there.
Right.
There are so many resources out there,
Like what?
like online courses and articles, even YouTube videos
Wait.
that explain AI concepts in a way that anyone can understand.
So like AI 101 for small business owners.
Exactly.
Where would we even start looking for those?
You can also check out those industry-specific resources.
So if I own a bakery, I should be looking for AI tools that are designed for bakeries.
Exactly. There are platforms out there for everything.
Wow.
From marketing and inventory management to even like recipe development and customer service.
That's incredible.
And a lot of them offer like free trials or basic plans.
Oh, that's good.
So you can experiment without spending a ton of money.
That definitely takes the pressure off.
Right. You don't have to invest a lot up front just to see if it's right for you.
So you're saying don't be afraid to just kind of try things out.
Exactly. And remember, you don't have to become an AI expert overnight.
Right.
Just start by familiarizing yourself with like the terminology, the different tools.
Yeah.
for-
And how they can be used in your business.
So just dipping your toes in the water.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so step 1, learn the basics.
Right.
What's next?
Once you have that basic understanding, you got to start thinking about how you can actually use this stuff.
Right.
Look for areas where you're spending a ton of time on those repetitive tasks.
Okay.
Or where data analysis could really help.
Give me an example.
So, like, could an AI chatbot handle those basic customer questions?
Okay.
Then your staff can focus on those more complicated issues.
Oh, gotcha.
Or maybe an AI tool can analyze sales trends
Okay.
and then help you personalize your marketing.
Those are really good examples.
Yeah, it's all about working smarter, not harder.
I like that.
AI can be that extra set of hands you need.
Yeah, to free up time.
Exactly.
Focus on what matters.
And don't be afraid to experiment.
Okay.
Try different tools, see what works for you, and, make adjustments.
There's no one right way to do it.
No, this is a new frontier.
Right.
There's no one-size-fits-all approach. So find what works for you and your business.
Exactly.
And you said don't be afraid to experiment.
Yeah, and remember, AI is just a tool.
Right.
It's not this magic solution.
Okay.
The real magic is when you combine the power of AI
Yeah.
with those human elements of your business.
Right.
That's what will make you stand out.
So learn the tools, experiment, but don't forget what makes you unique.
Exactly.
Your passion,
Yeah.
your creativity, and your connection with people.
That's what will help you thrive in this AI world.
I like that a lot.
Good.
So Mo leaves us with this thought.
He says, don't just focus on using AI to get ahead. Use it to make a positive impact.
Okay.
Treat it like you're raising Superman, not a supervillain.
I love that analogy.
It's a good one.
It is.
Because in the end, the values we build into our businesses and our technology
Mm.
will shape the future we create.
It's a good reminder that we have a choice in all of this.
We do.
And that as small business owners,
Yeah.
we have a chance to kind of lead the way, show the world that technology and humanity can work together.
And make each other better.
It's a really exciting time to be in business.
It really is.
It's a time for small businesses to shine.
I agree.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Of course.
We hope you found it insightful
Yeah.
and inspiring.
Definitely.
Until next time, keep learning, keep experimenting,
Yes.
and keep those human connections strong.
Absolutely. And remember, the future is what we make it. He says, don't just focus on using AI to get ahead.
Okay.
Use it to make a positive impact.
I like that.
Treat it like you're raising Superman, not a supervillain.
That's a great analogy.
Because ultimately, the values we build into our businesses and our technology
Yeah.
will shape the future.
It's a powerful reminder that we have a choice in all this.
Yeah, we do.
And that as small business owners, we have an opportunity to lead the way,
Absolutely.
to show the world that technology and humanity can work together.
And even enhance each other.
It's a really exciting time to be in business.
It really is.
It's a time for small businesses to shine.
It is.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into AI and small business.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We hope you found it insightful and inspiring.
I hope so too.
Until next time, keep learning, keep experimenting, and keep those human connections strong.
Absolutely. And remember, the future is what we make it.